Hi there, Leo. Welcome to your mid-March 2023 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. So I'm going to do my typical spread, and I'm also going to be picking a card from my new Oracle deck called Star Cards Astro. Two cards want to come out. I'm going to pick them. Two cards on this side too. Okay. The heart of the matter is the Hangman. This can mean that you feel that you're in between two worlds or two phases of your life. Some of you may even feel like you're being left hung out to dry. That somebody is jerking you around, and not in a good way. In a way that makes you feel like like you are their plaything in a sense. And what I typically think about are two areas of life, one being a third party situation, and somebody who says, I'm going to leave my husband or wife, or the person who is waiting to hear from an employer whether or not they got the job, and it's taking longer than they promised, and you're kind of like, well, is this ever going to happen? When we look at the past situation leading up to this that might provide some information, we have the Two of Wands. So this can be, you see that there's another person's hand on that other wand. That's not necessarily faithful to Rider-Waite deck from my understanding. So this can be an interpretation by the artist or the creator of this deck. But, it might be suggesting that sometimes decisions have implications that are beyond ourselves, that other people are going to be influenced by your decision. So typically with the wands, it can be that in you're a Leo, this is fire energy. It could be career matters that you're choosing from, maybe choosing between two types of careers, or whether to stay in your current career or go somewhere else. But I would say it's like two job offers probably in that case, because of the Hangman. It's like you're in that place of passivity. You don't really have the upper hand in that situation. You have to wait. But sometimes it's like, hey, you have to be patient, and you have to let go and let God. But the other situation that could be is somebody is deciding between you and their partner. And that can be a real cringe type of situation to be in, because you may feel like you're deciding whether you're good enough for that person, whether they're willing to do it. If it really is that much of a decision, it can actually feel quite bad to be in that situation. So you may even have your own answer, which would be, I've decided not to wait. I'm going to leave this situation. It's just not good for me. And we also have the Four of Swords. Oh, okay. Well, maybe this is for some of you that you're the one, that you're somehow involved in this, because this could be even like you separating from your partner. I'm not saying that this is what this card means. This is just a card of rest, rejuvenation, reflection. But if you are involved with someone, because there's like a 2 there, you may feel like for some reason, you don't get to decide how you move forward if you're like I still feel like you're waiting on someone. So maybe there's two people who are in marriages or something, and you're kind of like, okay, well, I'm willing to leave, but what about you? And it's like you're both deciding what to do. I'm sure that happens a fair number of times. The higher message is, I thought of that saying, act in haste, repent in leisure. Okay? The Eight of Wands can be doing something very quickly, and the Five of Cups can be the sense of mourning the loss of something. So what it could be telling you on the spiritual level, if maybe you got involved with someone following, a breakup or the death of your partner, and you realize now that it was hasty. You realize now, and now you feel like you're in too deep. So that could be one possibility, or that you are mourning your decision, like you regret what you did in haste right now. And, or that if you're honest with yourself, that's exactly what you should be doing, because you were doing something that was very impulsive in the moment. And now your hands are tied because that other person, they may have been trying to get what they wanted, and they were not really being straight with you in some cases. And this is kind of reflected in this card. Queen of Swords, what kind of perception do you have? Is it too overrun by your emotions that it's making your ability to perceive things not so clear, not so good? You're allowing your emotions to mess with your head. And when you do so, you will likely regret it, because you're not getting the kind of thing that you want from this situation. It's not what maybe you had bargained for. And yet, if you had maybe slowed down earlier on, you could have seen what was going to take place. At the time, maybe you're caught up in passion. You didn't have a good sense of all of the what ifs, and now you do. Now you see how you feel that sense of being hung out to dry, so to speak. What's coming in is the Page of Cups. This is, you can see that fish jumping out of the cup. This is connected to Pisces. And there is this, it's funny because, you could say this is an innocent person. This card is connected to a child. Hopefully it's not about conceiving a child that you didn't expect to conceive. But this idea of trusting that everything is going to turn out the way it should. However, sometimes this can be realizing your own gullibility. But not to kick yourself about it, to wisen up, to acknowledge that you were had so that you can move on. And a really good card for the outcome card is the Ace of Cups, New Beginnings in Love. So I would say, if, going back to that other card, the Page of Cups, is that it is about trusting. If you are someone who did lose a partner, either due to death or desertion or abandonment, them breaking up with you, you may have had to really struggle, or it might have taken a lot out of you to have the guts to love again. And by doing so, you're rewarded with the very thing that you want. And that's a beautiful thing. And Leo has a lot of love to give. So awesome. Now I'm going to pick a card that has to do with the astrological information. These cards are new. They're kind of sticking together a little bit. They're kind of like a matte cardstock. Progressions. Journey. I'm going to have to look at the booklet for that one, because I like to look at the booklet anyway. Just see what they mean about that. Well, basically, some people get their chart progressed and they do things like that, which has to do with kind of a predictive tool that is a different way of viewing future transits from more what they describe in this particular booklet is, I'll just read it verbatim. Progressions do not speak of a passing thing, but to a big sweeping arc of karmic fate, to your soul's journey. And so it's like, seeing that the bigger picture in terms of, what you came here to express and to experience. And to tie it into this reading, I think that when people are faced, like the Two of Wands, with a decision to make, and sometimes these are very tough decisions, about people to choose to walk life's path with, and people that maybe you realize you're not meant to do so, it can't be in that moment of passion. It has to be in a time. I think that's why the Four of Swords is about being more reflective, not being reactive in life. And then everything starts to become clear, because the last two tarot cards I got were both cups, and it's really about the love you make. I'm thinking of the Beatles, the last thing that they had on one of their albums. And what is it that you really want from that situation? Well, you want love. How are you going to get there? And so, yeah, that's what I have for you. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.